have no idea if I'm going to post this or I'm just gonna do this for myself, because talking to you guys, oh God, maybe I shouldn't do this. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for all the kind words and being patient with me on this channel. And I feel like I owe it to you guys to be vulnerable, which I don't like showing emotion. I don't like feeling weak. But something's happened in my life that it's the worst pain that I've ever felt. My grandma was my everything. When I say my everything, she's, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. The best way, I guess, for me to do this, I don't know. I'm probably just rambling. I don't know. I feel like maybe this video is just more for me so I can work through this and actually process grief and process this, because I keep being in denial. So the best way for me to do this is to just tell you guys about my relationship with my grandma and just to let you know a little bit about her. My grandma's name, I don't even know if I should say is or was. My grandma's name is Sun. She was always smiling. She was always happy, dancing. She loved to dance, and she was so beautiful, and everybody always said that I was like her twin. Ever since I was born, my grandma has been my rock. She's always been there, never missed any birthday, my first bath.
Hey. You having a good time? Hey.
She was always there, and growing up, looking to her, singing to me, and comforting me, patting me on my gundengi, which is a lot of Korean people, you know, they spank you on the butt. It's just a Korean thing.
Yeah, I got a good one of your eyes.
She was a big part of everything. My grandma always accepted me for me. Tattoos, piercings, shaved head, it didn't matter. She would give me a hard time, and she would definitely yell at me or whatever and not understand, but she would tell me, if you're happy, I'm happy. We would get in so many fights. I was such a bad teenager and was such a bad person for a long time, and I lived with my grandma, just me and her for a while, and she never gave up on me. As bad as I was and as horrible as I was, she never gave up on me. She loved me for who I was. She was my protector. I went through a lot of rough stuff, which I don't feel like right now is the time to get into that fully, but she always protected me. I've always had stomach problems growing up, and she would always rub my back, rub my belly, make me feel better. Just the comfort. Didn't matter what time it was. Going back to Florida, it's never going to be the same now. If you guys know, we'd have our routine, go to Taco Town together. Just most of my trip coming home to Florida was always spent with her. 2018, my grandma got really sick. I would call my grandma like every other day just to check on her.
Hello?
Hi, Harmony.
I'm Melissa.
Hi, I just checky on you.
You just checking on me?
Yeah, I love you.
Oh, yeah, I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Okay, I just want to tell you I love you so much.
Okay, I love you too, so much.
Okay, well, I just want to checky on you, make sure you're okay.
Thank you, checking on me.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to you later, okay?
Okay, talk to me later.
Okay, alright, I love you.
Okay, I love you too.
And I kept getting the voicemail. I knew something was wrong. So finally, my uncle had answered the phone and told me that she was in the hospital. So I packed up all my stuff immediately, found someone to drive me because the closest airport was Vegas, so I found someone to drive me 2.5 hours to Vegas. I caught the first flight I could catch from Vegas to Florida. And I got there as soon as I could. And I'm glad that I went because my parents didn't know how bad things were and didn't know what to expect, but didn't want me to worry. But I just had that feeling in my chest that I needed to go and something just wasn't right. And my grandma was raising hell. She was ripping out her IVs and she was just done. She was just done with being probed. She was tired. She didn't want to be in the hospital anymore. She just wanted to go home. And I will never forget, she kept banging her head on the hospital bed. And I had to sit on my hands and knees and just hold her head for about an hour and a half until she wore herself out. I stayed with her for a few weeks, and me and my parents, you know, we did rotations. I would show up around maybe 4 in the afternoon, 5, and I would stay till about 9 or 10 in the morning, and then I would sleep for maybe a couple hours, and then I would go right back. And that's when everything started to go downhill. I was never okay with the idea of my grandma being in like an old folks home or a care facility, but things started to progress and she couldn't walk, and she tried to do therapy, and she would tell everybody, shaky shaky don't breaky.
Okay, shaky shaky.
Shaky shaky don't breaky, right?
Shaky shaky don't break.
Yeah, that's it. But her body was just too weak, and she didn't want to do therapy anymore. She hated it. And things just started slowly getting worse and worse. Eventually, I had to come back to California at the time. And I'm sorry, this video is probably super long. I don't even remember half the stuff that I've said, if this is even gonna make sense at all. But I had to go back to California, and I knew that she had to be taken care of 24/7, you know, with diapers, with walking, with eating, with everything. Right before me and my husband moved to Germany, I got to spend a month with her, and I got to surprise her. She didn't know I was coming. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Emily.
It's racism and you know, anti-trade, those things we've seen consistently. I mean, what was sort of interesting to Ben's point is that, you know, Hillary Clinton would, that's all you know, and they thought that the way other candidates, establishment candidates presented it, I don't think they thought that in politics. Trump took it to a different cover this, and I said, okay, I hate to admit this, but I watched 7 seasons of The Apprentice, and that he has borrowed a lot of the tropes of popular culture and reality television and applied them to our presidency.
She had lost so much more weight than the last time I had seen her. You don't want to say 사랑해요? 사랑해요.
사랑해요.
사랑해요. Why? Look at it. What about wink? 1 week. Huh? The 1 week. The week. My grandma was always very hard-headed, and she never wanted to meet my husband because she was more embarrassed that it would take her that long to meet him. And after being there for about a week, she wanted to meet him. And in my head, I mean, this is the most happiest moment to me, but I knew something was wrong. I knew like, in the back of my head, I'm like, she's doing this because maybe she knows she doesn't have enough time. Maybe being in Florida with her, almost every time I left where she was staying, I would cry in my car because the roles were reversed. You know, she took care of me her whole life, and now it was my turn to take care of her. She met my husband. She loved him. She kind of hit on him a little bit. It was the best day in the world for me.
차장, 우리 애기.
잘도 잔다.
Yeah.
어째서 자장가?
Yeah.
I
You
know.
remember?
아유,
You gonna sing to me. You remember? 차장. 우리
애기 잘도 잔다.
Yeah, you gonna sing like karaoke, huh? Yeah?
I can't remember.
Yeah. You remember you used to sing to me when I was a little girl. You remember? Yeah. That's a good song. I like it. Always make me...
She looked tired. She was so skinny. Like, rubbing lotion on her back was hard because it's just skin and bones, and she's just withering away. She knew I was going to Germany, but she kept saying, "Oh, you're going to England?" It was the hardest thing to walk out of that room that night. This next part is what I've been having trouble dealing with. I found out a couple months before my grandma passed that they had found what looked like a tumor on an ultrasound in my grandma's bladder. And because she was so sick, they couldn't do biopsies to know exactly what was going on. And my grandma had a lot of health issues. The first time she was in the hospital for pneumonia, and then, you know, she was having many strokes. She was not getting enough blood to her body, but she couldn't be on blood thinners because it was making her bleed out of her ulcers. It was a long list of things going wrong. They think that she had cancer in her bladder. There is no way of knowing. She was too weak to be able to be treated, and the last couple weeks of her life, she was just shutting down quick, and she could barely talk to me on the phone, and we would talk on the phone all the time, and I would checky on her. Right now, I just don't know how to deal. I don't want to be sad all the time. But just nothing's the same. Everything's so heavy. My chest is heavy. My body is heavy. I either sleep too much, I can't sleep enough, I want to eat everything, I don't want to eat anything. My world has crashed. And I'm so thankful for you guys, for my husband, my friends, my family. I've really come to realize the people that are there for me and the people that aren't. And just thank you guys for being patient with me. Your support means everything. I feel like I'm just doing this to try to lighten the load that I feel right now. And yeah, she was my everything. I miss her. I want to, you know, call her. I still pick up my phone thinking, oh, I need to call Hominy today. She's not there. You know, she lived a wonderful, full, beautiful life. She wasn't in pain, and they made her as comfortable as possible. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I don't know. Thank you for listening. I'm hoping I don't regret this video if it goes up. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.